subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hello friends, now we'll start with first question in this session. The first question says RBI, Reserve Bank of India, has recently introduced the LAF, Liquidity Adjustment Facility, and MSF, Marginal Standing Facility, for the regional rural banks, for the scheduled regional rural banks RRBs, which has a minimum CRAR of what percent. So we will try to see what is CRAR. Here comes the concept of this capital adequacy ratio, CRAR, or capital to risk weight asset ratio, CRAR. So this CRAR is the capital needed for every bank measured in terms of assets. So mostly, as far as bank concerned, assets are mostly loans disbursed by the banks. So higher the assets, higher the should be the capital by the banks. So that is why this CRAR percentage deciding by RBI under Basel III norms. So this CRAR is a capital needed for banks measured in terms of the assets, mostly loans disbursed by the banks. So here the question is, how much percentage CRAR has to maintain this regional rural banks? So here the answer is, your options are A 6%, B 8%, C 10%, D 9%, E none of these. So the answer is 9%. So RBI has to maintain, Reserve Bank, regional banks has to maintain 9% CRAR of their capital. Now we'll see next question in this session. RBI has increased the limit for card transactions in contactless mode without the need of an additional factor of authentication. AFA, will call it as AFA. So here what is the limit of that card? Recently, Reserve Bank of India increased the limit for card transactions in contactless mode, like Wi-Fi mode, so without need of additional factor of authentication. So what is the new limit? So here the new limit is, now we'll see the options: A 3000, B 4000, C 5000, D 6000, E none of these. So here the answer is 5000. So Reserve Bank of India has increased the earlier limit was 2000. Now RBI has increased the limit to 5000 for contactless card transactions without need of additional factor of authentication. So in banking awareness, these questions may ask for abbreviation of AFA. It is additional factor of authentication. So means second line authentication is not needed. So the overall question says RBI has increased the limit for card transactions in contactless mode, not through contacted mode. Contactless mode means like Wi-Fi. So earlier limit was 2000, now the limit extended to 5000. Here answer is C. Now next one says, who among the following offered a loan to upgrade the existing power distribution system in Bengaluru, Karnataka? So the options are World Bank, ADB, AIIB, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, and New Development Bank, NDB, and E none of these. So here the right answer is ADB, Asian Development Bank. Recently ADB approved a loan of dollars 190 million US dollars. Recently ADB approved a loan 190 million US dollars to upgrade the existing power distribution system in Bengaluru. So out of this 190, the 100 million public sector loans and 90 million is private sector loans, that is sovereign loans and non-sovereign loans. Now moving forward, next question, the question says, Bangladesh signed the Preferential Trade Agreement, PTA, we'll call it in short form PTA, Preferential Trade Agreement, with which country? Bangladesh signed the Preferential Trade Agreement with which country? Here options are Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, and none of these. So here the right answer is Bhutan. So Bhutan, Bangladesh signed the Preferential Trade Agreement with Bhutan. So this will allow duty-free access to range of goods between these two nations. So duty-free access to range of goods between these two nations, Bangladesh and Bhutan. So when it comes to static part of this question, the capital of Bangladesh Dhaka and capital of Bhutan Thimphu. When it comes to currency of Bangladesh, it is Taka, and currency of Bhutan is Nagultram. Bhutan is Nagultram. So most important in general awareness section or financial awareness section or bank awareness section. So you need to remember like these questions also. Moving on to the next question, the question says, who among the following represented India in 7th meeting of Indo-Mongolia of Joint Committee on Cooperation? Who among the following represented India in 7th meeting of Indo-Mongolia of Joint Committee on Cooperation? So here the answer is S. Jaishankar. S. Jaishankar is our external minister. He represented India in 7th meeting of this India-Mongolia of Joint Committee Cooperation. Now next question says, the RTGS system of transaction will be made available round the clock with effect from which day? So exactly in last year, the NEFT system transactions made available into 24 into 7. So in this year, RTGS system also they made 24 into 7 round the clock. So with effect from which day? So we'll see the options: A 25th December, B 31st December, C 14th December, D 11th December of 2020. In none of these. So recently Reserve Bank of India has announced that the real-time gross settlement RTGS. So this system will be made available round the clock on all the days of the year with effect from 14th December. So here the answer is C, 14th December 2020. So presently RTGS system is available for customers between morning 7 to evening 6. So 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So exactly in the last year, NEFT system also made 24 into 7. So this year, 14th December onwards, they made it 24 into 7 for all RTGS transactions. So here one question is there. So put in comment box. So minimum amount for doing RTGS transaction. So minimum amount for RTGS transaction. So put in comment box right answer. Now, when it comes to starting part of this RTGS system was governed by RTGS System Regulation Act 2013. So this 2013 Act was made. That Act governed by RTGS System Regulations 2013. Now next one says, what is the new limit set by Reserve Bank of India for processing of e-mandates on prepayment instruments and UPS Unified Payment Instruments cards without the need of additional factor of authentication AFA? So here the answer is, here the options are A 5000, B 6000, C 2000, D 7000. Here the right answer is 5000. Reserve Bank of India has increased the limit of processing of e-mandates or standing instructions on cards and prepaid payment instruments and UPS Unified Payment Interface for recurring transactions, repeated transactions without the need of additional factor of authentication from 2000 to 5000. When it comes to next question, the question says, name the bank with which fintech company RuPay has partnered to launch a co-branded business credit card for MSMEs, micro, small and medium enterprise. So if the options are A ICICI Bank, B Axis Bank, C HDFC Bank, D Kotak Mahindra Bank, in none of these. So here the answer is, at private sector lender, Axis Bank has launched an exclusive business credit card. That name is Axis Bank RuPay Business Credit Card. Axis Bank RuPay Business Credit Card for the micro, small and medium enterprise sector. So this co-branded credit card has been launched in a partnership with fintech lending platform RuPay. So this RuPay, it is a fintech company. So that provides a financial solution to MSMEs, and also this card is powered by Visa. This card is powered by Visa. So once again, I'll repeat the question. The name the bank with which fintech company RuPay has partnered to launch a co-branded business credit card for MSMEs. That bank name is our private sector lender Axis Bank. Friends, you can follow our channel in social platforms like Telegram, Facebook and Instagram. These links I have provided in description section. Now moving on to next question. The question says, the central government has launched the quarterly return filing and monthly payment of taxes QRMP quarterly return filing and monthly payment of taxes scheme for the taxpayers whose aggregate annual turnover is dash. So here the options are whose annual turnover is 10 crore, A, B 8 crore, C 5 crore, D 2 crore, E none of these. So here the right answer is 5 crores. The central government has recently launched this QRMP, quarterly return filing and monthly payment for taxes scheme for small taxpayers under GST system, under goods and service tax system. So now the taxpayers with aggregate annual turnover of up to 5 crore, the whose annual turnover having up to 5 crore in preceding financial year, in previous financial year, the taxpayers who have filed their October GST or 3B sales return by November 30, 2020. So here central government has launched the scheme for taxpayers whose aggregate annual turnover is up to 5 crore. Now next question says which Indian AMC has launched India's first international REIT fund for funds? REIT fund of funds. So here the options are SBI Mutual Fund, B UTI Asset Management Company, C ICICI Prudential AMC, D Kotak Mahindra Asset Management Company, E none of these. So here the right answer is Kotak Mahindra Asset Management Company. This Kotak Mutual Fund has launched Kotak International REIT Fund of Funds. So it is India's first diversified REIT mutual fund. So here we will try to understand what is REIT abbreviation, that is Real Estate Investment Trust. REIT abbreviation is Real Estate Investment Trust. This is the first bank in India, first asset management company in India launched this kind of trust for real estate investments. Here Kotak Mahindra, Kotak Asset Management Company has launched this Kotak International REIT Fund of Funds. This is India's first diversified REIT mutual fund. This REIT represents Real Estate Investment Trust. Now the next question says which bank has launched the Lens the lending solution? Which bank has launched Lens the lending solution to speed up and maintain accuracy of online loan processing and sanctioning of credit proposals? So this online loan processing and sanctioning of credit proposals, that speed up solution launched by which bank? So here the answer is, here the options are A Indian Bank, B State Bank, C Bank of Baroda, D Punjab National Bank, E none of these. So here the right answer is PNB. Punjab National Bank has launched a tech-based loan management solution. That name is called Lens the lending solution. So to speed up the online loan processing and sanctioning of these loan proposals as well as maintain accuracy. So for this loan processing purpose, this our public sector lender PNB has launched this Lens the lending solution. Now moving on next question. The question says iMobile Pay. It is a mobile payment app. iMobile Pay has been launched by which bank? Here the options are A Axis Bank, B ICICI Bank, C Canara Bank, D Yes Bank. So here the right answer is ICICI Bank. That private sector lender ICICI Bank has launched a new version of its mobile payment app called iMobile Pay. So to offer payment and bank services to customers of any bank. So any bank customer can install this app and they can access their any bank account number through this app and they can make payment to any bank customer. So that app name is iMobile Pay. It is launched by our private sector lender ICICI Bank. And if you haven't yet subscribed my channel, please subscribe my Invoting YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest notification to your mobile. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Jai Hind.